Light illuminates our world, revealing the way forward for human progress. But behind this contrast of brightness and darkness, tens of thousands of people used to live in poverty.
18岁，第一次看这个电视机是啥样子的东西。我从现在开始，这个一生当中，自己的这个房子里头能不能看到一次电视？
走出大山，去城里读书，
全面建成小康社会，一个也不能少。共同富裕路上，一个也不能掉队。
After 8 years, that's the equivalent of 70,000 hours. Nearly 100 million people have been lifted out of poverty. That's over 1,500 people per hour.
The fact that China has been able to move hundreds of millions of people out of poverty, and that China is now a very clear target to fully eradicate extreme poverty in China in 2020. So this is the most important contribution.
China has officially announced it has eradicated absolute poverty. For centuries, rattan ladders along cliffs were the only means of access to the outside world for villagers in the Daliang Mountains of Sichuan province.
这个地方不是对人住的地方。
我不想走。
The children here used to climb through the steep mountains for over 2 hours to reach their school.
脱贫的这个任务，他等不起了吗？人民想要致富的那个愿望，我们也等不起了吗？
Since 2012, when China began the world's largest ever poverty alleviation program, the cliffside village, like many other poor areas, has been completely changed. Targeted poverty alleviation, an idea first proposed by President Xi in 2013, became the decisive factor.
我们在这个抓扶贫的时候，切忌喊大口号，也不要定了一些好高骛远的目标。扶贫攻坚呢，就是要实事求是、因地制宜、分类指导、精准扶贫。
Based on a standard higher than the international poverty line set by the World Bank, China has lifted out of poverty a population equivalent to that of the UK and Australia combined in the past 8 years. All 832 registered poor counties have been shaken off poverty. China has contributed to over 70% of global poverty reduction accomplishments.
This is one of the great stories in human history, frankly.
那
时候零下40几度，真的是就是那个手啊放到那个设备，啪就那手就能粘住。像我穿的这衣服，就让这唐古拉的风20分钟就可以把这个衣服给吹透。
Even in such inhospitable terrain, engineers and workers have installed power lines spanning 2,000 kilometers, resulting in the world's highest altitude power grid. It supplies 380,000 households across the region. Since 2012, the central government has invested over $45 billion annually in reducing poverty. Nearly 3 million officials have been sent to rural areas to help the poor. Expanding high-speed rail and road networks connect impoverished villages to the huge domestic and even international markets. China has built the world's largest social security system. Stable power grid networks and internet extend into almost every region. Over 100,000 rural schools have seen drastic improvements with modern equipment and renovations.
大家好，我是山东省济南市商河县副县长王帅，非常感谢大家对商河第一好市团体。
In China, peasants and grassroots officials are using live streaming and short video platforms to open up markets for locally produced agricultural goods. New technologies and ideas have become the cornerstone of China's anti-poverty efforts.
人民对美好生活的向往，就是我 奋斗目标，努力让人民群众的获得感、成色更足，幸福感更可持续，安全感更有保障。
To bring light to every dark corner, to help farmers sell their produce across the country, and to ensure each family has access to education and healthcare. These are the stories of China's anti-poverty efforts, an unprecedented miracle in human history. With its own solutions and practices, China will continue to work with the international community for the greater good of mankind.